Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 22 of the December 2016 Heist Marathon, which will be the last episode in this Heist Marathon, and now we're finishing it off by robbing the Pacific Standard Bank for all of its money. See, the mission is we gotta help fund Santa's operation of delivering gifts to all the young kids that you don't see running around the streets of Los Santos. So, prerequisites for this mission. You need your heist combat gear as always, an armoured Kuruma, and a player who has purchased the safe house known as 0604 Las Lagunas Boulevard. It costs $126,000 and is most definitely a mandatory property to own if you like undertaking the Pacific Standard heist multiple times in a row. It's also important to state that the person who owns this property needs to store their Kuruma in this property prior to undertaking the heist. Anyways, to begin, everyone heads to the bank. When you arrive, make sure that you run over the sexiest looking person in the team exactly 3 times for good luck. Once everyone's inside and have their packed lunches given to them, make sure that you were given strawberry flavour because strawberry is the best, okay? Then move on to taking out the security located inside the main foyer. Try not to kill any of the civilians because otherwise this mission will become much harder later on. You can get away with accidentally killing one of the bystanders, but any more than that is very bad. Anyways, once all the guards are killed and the bystanders are on the floor, the demolitionist needs to plant a charge on the first floor. While everyone waits for the charge to do its work on the lock, it's highly recommended that you play around with the physics engine of the game. These chandeliers can be shot and spun around, and can go pretty darn fast if you shoot them with a minigun. Anyways, once the first door is open, there's another you have to open directly behind it, so plant another charge on the second door and watch out for guards that are going to randomly come down from the upper level. Once that door's open, the demo and the hacker need to make their way downstairs to find 2 guards that are trying to ambush you. So be prepared to take them out, and then the hacker proceeds with hacking the door. Once the vault door's open, there's one final cage door to open with the charges, so plant another on that, and once the doors are open, the demolitionist can finally grab the cash. So make sure you have your elite and probably illegal to use modded controller and have it set to rapid fire mode so you can press the action button repeatedly to grab all of the cash inside as fast as you can. Once that's all collected, everyone meets up at the entrance to the bank, but as the demolitionist you have to be careful when coming back upstairs because there might be some guards hiding around the stairs waiting to ambush you. This is the part of the heist where every little piece of damage the demolition man takes, it reduces the final payout of the mission, so the demolition man has to be very careful not to take damage. So be mindful of them and make it to the entrance to begin the next phase of the heist. Okay, so this is how things are going to work. Once everyone is instructed to go outside, the person who owns the Las Lagunas Boulevard as well as an extra player to watch their back go outside and make the run to the bikes. The demolitionist is to hide behind the entrance wall until the coast is clear and the other player needs to help protect the demolitionist. So as the property owner and the extra player make their way down to the bikes, the demolitionist needs to find a safe moment to briefly run out of the bank and then run back in again. This is because the demolition man needs to change the objective from leave the bank to the next objective. The recommended route that the property owner takes is a little hard to explain, so I guess just watch by example. Don't forget you have to hit the markers on the map before you actually make it to the property. Once the property owner and the person following them makes it to the property, they're going to want to destroy the 4 bikes as seen in the previous mission, and then proceed towards their property. They enter their garage and then take their Kuruma out. Don't forget to pick up the guy that followed you as the property owner and then drive to the bank. Now the property owner / Kuruma driver needs to park close to the door so the person with all the money has less chance of being shot by cops and dropping some money. Once the person with the money gets in, they need to duck throughout the entire journey in the Kuruma. Now just because the property owner has picked up the Kuruma and is ready to leave, they can't actually do that just yet. If you look on the screen of the demolitionist, he still has to quote-unquote follow the getaway route. If this objective is ignored, the mission will fail and that will mean having to restart at a checkpoint. So hopefully, by memory, the Kuruma driver needs to drive through the getaway route so the demolitions and any others can fulfill the mission objective. Now this can actually glitch up a bit, so as you drive to the location objective markers, you need to make sure that the game has actually recognised that you've went through it and doesn't miss it. If you end up skipping a checkpoint, yell at the driver to stop, turn around and go back till the location is fulfilled. Now it's time for the driver to take advantage of the Kuruma and have a nice easy drive to the location marker up north of the map. There's currently no known way to skip going through the tunnel, so you'll have to do that first. However, how you get to the tunnel is completely up to you. So follow the recommended route until you get to the part where you have to drive off the cliff. It's important to know that you must not jump out of the car. Well, you can, but it's not recommended, as simply staying in the car is much easier and is a much safer option. Get to the boat and then carefully navigate your way through the river, because if you happen to get the boat beached up on one of the sides of the river, it'll blow up. Kinda like the old 3D GTA games when you flip a vehicle upside down. Anyways, follow the location markers and mission complete. That's the Pacific Standard heist completed. And now, after 22 episodes of the 2016 December Heist Marathon, you now have a whole bunch of money in your pockets, and can now afford to buy your loved ones in GTA that perfect gift. Actually, you can't, because the game doesn't allow you to do that. So just go buy a whole bunch of rebreathers, because there's no better time to go scuba diving than at Christmas time. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this month full of GTA Online heist guides, and I will see you in upcoming videos, so see you around everyone.